Good afternoon, guys. It's 4 p.m. February 10th. Today is Thursday, and we had a very good day today and rotational day. It was tough in the morning, but we were able to figure out based on the levels. Always it's always about levels. Levels are the ones which can give us the direction intraday. So control shift, I call it. So today we were able to capture every control shift. From buyers to sellers, sellers to buyer, and then finally sellers. So let's start with the note here. Here. Okay, so today buyers had a chance to move price higher and higher with open drive in ES and NQ, right? But something was off. This was yesterday's closing remark. Something was off in NQ, and it has prevented ES. It had prevented ES, or I would say there was a lot of struggle and garbage price action in NQ, right? So there was something off in NQ yesterday. That was I noticed. So ES, as long as ES is holding it above 45.12, try to favor longs. But however, if it drops below 45.54, right? Then you can favor reactionary short as well, assuming NQ is going down. See, so it was nicely worded. Overall, you favor long, right? But intraday, if it drops below 54, you can even take reactionary shorts, right? Overall, you can favor long compared to shorts in general. Now, I am allowing reactionary shorts only because I had sent something yesterday that some weakness is there. Okay. So if as long as NQ is holding it above 722, 682, try to favor long. But if it drops below 909, then you can take reactionary shorts, right? So remember this level 909 and 54, right? And then so overall I'm saying stay long above this, but you can do reactionary shorts below this, right? And then Russell also worded nicely here. You can see all these things. You can read through it and then follow into Russell and see how it behaved from this level 2100, 77, all these things. Dow you can also read through it. Crude you can also read through it. Every day I'm changing all the notes and levels. NQ's dream number. Note down this. This is a very powerful stuff. It has been working for almost a year now. These dream numbers are the key. Each dream number gives you easily 50, 100, 200, 300 points today. 350 points today just from these numbers. So but usually 40-50 point bounce rejection usually from these numbers. But so let's start with here. See, that's the dream number. This two were dream number 15, and look at this 620 was my last level. In Discord, I gave these levels today, and you can see it, all of this level, right? For upside bounce, this was 909. Remember I said below 909, you can take reactionary shorts, right? Here, look at this, open drive up from where? 727, green line, dotted line, right? Then this is of the open, right? And then it just looks like an open drive. And then it went through all of this line. See, forget this 925 line. That was the intraday shift control line. So assume it's not there of the open. Then price went higher, pull back to where? 909. That was the line. So below reactionary shorts, but as long as it's holding longs, right? So I waited because I missed entire open drive move, right? Because I didn't want to trade off the open, But I had idea that buy the dip can happen, right from in ES, right from here, because it was in the 4 bold support area. So that was one of the scenario we discussed, that people may buy it right from here, but we can't do it. We have to wait. And then I said if they buy it, and if it goes above 30, 32, right, that's the first warning for sellers. If it goes above 54, which is this area, that's a second warning for sellers, and at that point buyers will take over fully. So here you can see it. Except watching, you can't do anything unless you are being aggressive. There was one trade also I gave it right here. Some of the Discord folks even took this breakout. I was waiting, and then when it price came here, right, I said you can take a long. Again, it's aggressive because there is no pullback. You are going with the flow. So I said you can take a long at 54 right here, put a stop at 52, and then you can take a long. And this long also worked out, right? I did not take it. However, in NQ, I was watching it when it came up here and then came down, held 907. That's where I realized, okay, so now it held this area, right? It didn't go through it. So buyers are in control now. Open drive, pull back, right? And this 948 line, I was just waiting. The moment it cleared it up, pull back right here, you can see it. If you zoom it, this 2-minute chart in your chart, you will see it. There was a pullback here. So I got this, right? And I was targeting dream number. Dream numbers are powerful, right? You never know. So, but first test, I did not bail out, Then price came down as usual, 40-50 point rejection from dream number, Someone could have taken a short here, Then it bounced back up. If you zoom in, you will see it here. So I'm covering both together, NQ and ES, okay? So here, see, first time 50 point down, up here, right? I was expecting it should go through it. If not, I will bail out, my longs, and I did it. So that was the response. Second time, 100 plus response, right? At this point, looking at this response, the day is screwed up. It's a garbage day, because if buyers were in open drive control, price should not have gone down below this, or at least this area somewhere, 950 or 950. But it did break below 950, right? In open drive, this much pullback, something is off, day is garbage now, So here you can take a shot at 950, because that was at that point onwards, I said, what, since it's a garbage, we can come up with intraday control shift now, buyers and sellers, So at one point I'd said below 950, sellers, right? And then this thing worked out. And then from here, buyers stepped in, so I changed my control to, I think, 900 or 925, right? Here it went above it, so now buyers are controlling. So I said above 925, and yes, I think 64 or something I gave, 64, I said above both buyers, so do not short. You can only take longs if you want to trade. And then look at this, damn thing, just held it. See, I did not give that 925 after looking at this support. I gave the 925 when price was here somewhere, or somewhere here. So then just it held it. So that means no shorts, right? So intraday we were protected. We were only favoring longs above this area. And yes, 64 above, I think, here, this area. Then what happened? Then I had a line at 925 and 64 here. And then it poked below it, so I draw a line here, And then one of the Fed speaker, he talked about interest rate or whatever, I don't care. But whatever he talked, price came down, sliced through this level like a fast, right? So ES I couldn't do anything, because ES usually moves slow, But NQ 925, I was observing this damn thing, and the moment I see this quick sell-off, immediately I shorted it, at 923 or so, and then I held it, all the way up to here somewhere, and then I bailed out, and then I was waiting, and then it pulled back to this VWAP, which was also yesterday's low area. So here there was a short in ES also, 45, this broken support. See, entire this balance was broken down, right? So the moment it broke down, pull back right here, you can take a short. After that onwards, the guideline was simple: below 925, 64, shorts, no longs, and then you can see it pretty much all this area, one by one, broken support, broken, acted as a resistance. All these shorts, all these dream numbers, these were the dream numbers, naked dream numbers, which were not get tested day before, so they become naked dream number. So here, from this dream number, you can see it, naked one, price bounce. See, another 50 point bounce or 100 point. Then from here, got through it, right? So now you have to wait for a price to slice through it. See, this one also worked out for almost 30-40 points if you see it. It's tiny bar, right? Then slice through it on the way up. Look at this dream number. See, 40 points, pretty much. See, and then this one also worked out again, right? Back to 818, this high, and then look at this, right? 727, again bounce, back to where? Dream number, naked one, right? Slice through it. Here also tiny, if you zoom it, there was a bounce, and then again went down, again came back up. This dream number, short, right? So that's how NQ's level works out. Usually I would say 80% of the time NQ's level are very nicely drawn here. All you have to do is just follow it, watch the price action, take the trade in the this direction. And the this direction is usually I gave it. If something is off from pre-market, I quickly change it. On the fly during intraday in Discord. That hey, below this level now favor sellers, favor buyers, something like that. And if you follow the direction, you are in good hands. So yes, same shorts, you can line up with NQ and you can take all this short, even this short at 315 or around whatever 320. This one we picked it up early enough. This one also we picked it up. So that's how it is. So you have to able to change the direction on the fly. If something is off, you have to change it very quickly with the price, otherwise you will get trapped. So I'm sure there are so many buyers, they got trapped right here in this area, and also here and somewhere here, and then price never came back up. So they are screwed. So it is very important to understand the price action and intraday what is going on. That's the only way you can survive in this market, because remember, we as a day trader, we are dealing with so many algos nowadays, computerized algos. They have certain set of conditions to do certain things. There are option players, option based algos. They are also doing their own games. There are market makers, So we are the tiny creatures, I would say, or like a ant, So we are that tiny as a day trader. So we have to be very careful and precise, in order to shift our direction and take a trades. But anyway, so today worked out very nicely. Now tomorrow I have no clue. Tomorrow is a Friday, and ideally I want, I have no clue now. So I have to again wait for the overnight in order to come up with something, for tomorrow's plan. But I like this 45, 85, 70 area. I really love that sellers should take out this area and go down. That is what my goal is, my thinking. But I have no clue now, because buyers can still step in from this area and then take the price higher. So I do not want to comment or guess anything. I rather wait for the overnight and then take my decision at that point to stick with which side, which side to stick with. And then pre-market notes, so I will put the bias and everything else and the levels, and that be all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.